Aloha, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great Mother's Day weekend. The stock market had a great session on Friday. Well, let's not say great, let's say good. But as you can tell by just looking at this chart, it's a chop fest out there, and it's been a chop fest ever since October. Despite that initial uptrend, ever since then, December on to now, it's been choppy gains all along for the Nasdaq. And once again, like I stress, even we're hitting new all-time highs that we haven't seen in 15 years. It seems really hard to believe based on the current rate of ascent compared to last time that we're going to top out anytime soon. But we always have to respect seasonality, and the sell in May and go away is a predominant theme. So until we get around to September, October, yeah, we're going to need to see the market prove itself on the upside before I get excited at all. Because right now the April top is in, but overall the Nasdaq retaking its 50-day moving average on that above average volume, even though it was lower in the session before. It's back under a neutral condition. No surprise, that's where our own personal bias is. The S&P 500 is back to a neutral position. We have no bias there either. And the New York Stock Exchange, same similar situation. Russell 2000 is technically still under its operational sell mode overall until it really closes above 1242.77. I'm not going to take it out of sell mode, but technically the overall model neutral. And now the opposite end of that is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Technically, with that move back above the recent resistance here in April, closing above that at 1819, technically it's back under a buy condition, technically. But like I said, my model's an operational sequence is moving with a neutral condition because, as you can even see at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, all the four of the oscillators are actually trending lower. None are trending higher, and that goes for everything. The Nasdaq, as you can see, same similar situation. The Russell 2000 still in a basically free fall, and most of its oscillators, MACD and stochastics especially. So, I'm gonna have to see the market prove itself more before we really get excited. I expect more chop, and because of the moves in the market overall, we actually had two of our hedges hit final sell stops. SDOW closing below 1846, but whenever it moved below 1846, that was it for me. So obviously at the open at 1842, I'm taking completely out of SDOW. So SDOW has been completely eliminated as a hedge, and BIS has been completely eliminated as a hedge. My final sell stop was 32.38 based on this move on the 5th. There is no way I thought it should have retraced it. So with a move below 32.38, we were knocked out, and you can see it closed below that, and it lost its max green bop. And then we did have one stock fail, and actually it was a little bit of a shocker, MNST. My final sell stop was right below 136.50, so it would have been, oh, nope, excuse me, 136.37, so it would have been 136.36. And as you can see at the open, I was taken out of MNST, but good thing I did because it sold off another 6 points by the close to finish down 10%. But MNST, I did not think that that one would gap down based on earnings and based on recent previous trading. It did. And then EPAM on Thursday shook me out of the position with an ugly, ugly sell-off early in the day, getting the stock all the way down to 57. I was knocked out of all of it at 64.33. But it's back and it's in a hold position, so if you're not out on a day basis, all is good. Now, there are only two stocks that I flagged in my scans. It's pretty pathetic showing overall in my scans. Can Slim, Perfect Speculator, Price Volume Bop. Absolutely pathetic. Flagged two stocks. ABC is one of them. ABC is not only a Can Slim quality stock, but it's also a pre-Perfect Speculator scan. Nice pocket pivot point signal with BOP going green and a nice surge in volume. My problem is there's a big intraday reversal off the highs, and this big bar right here on 430, it's going to, for me, really for ABC, it's going to need to close above where it opened at 117.39 before I get interested in ABC, because as far as I'm looking at, that's a pretty key reversal day here. And with the stock looking pretty strong, I think it should have finished strong. But if ABC would have closed at the high of day, I would have said, F it, I don't care about 117.39 because it showed that it wants to move. And with the green bop and volume surge, I'd have been happy. The only new long position that we have on Monday is kind of a sketchy one, but it's buying FSL, and FSL is confirming the move in NXPI. And off the top of my head, I forgot the other stocks that are in this industry group that I looked up that are confirming it. But NXPI is a can slim quality stock and a perfect speculator scan quality stock. And right now, there's only 49 stocks that qualify, and NXPI is one of them, obviously, as it's right here. So NXPI is a new long position. Now, what I'm going to do is half the sell stop, since it's kind of a risky, like overall, here's what an arithmetic chart looks like. So what I think that I personally want to do is I think I'm going to go ahead. What is the high day? 103.13, 103.12. Okay, so what I think, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do, because of the way this base looks, I mean, look at this base. It's a pretty choppy base. Odds are pretty high that it's not going to just rip higher from this pattern. So what I want to do is I'm going to set my buy stop, not buy stop, excuse me, my limit order at 103.13, 103.14, 103.15. Not quite sure yet, but I don't want to do a market order, and I don't want to buy it where it's at currently at its price. I just don't think it's just going to rocket higher. So I'll go ahead and take a stab around 103.15, and then if it moves higher, great. First sell stop is below 101.56, so if I do get filled, half the position will be eliminated with the move below 101.56, and the final position will be eliminated with the move below 96.43, because I got to give the stock, you know, even though it's about a 7% risk on that final sell stop, I got to give the stock an opportunity to work, and it might backfill, but I don't want to chase for it. So I know no matter what, 103.98 would be the, so if it does gap up in the morning and it gaps up, you know, a decent amount, I would move my buy limit order to 103.98, but 103.13 right now is the goal. We'll see what happens on Monday morning.